Oh, all right, guys. Nick Picks back here with another episode. It is our Week 5 NFL Power Rankings. Not our picks. Our picks can be found in our previous video, but this is our Power Rankings top 10 for me, Rick, and Brandon. Kendrick couldn't be with us today. He had a personal issue. Um, but I'm going to let Brandon start us off with his top 10 NFL teams, starting with number 10.
Okay, top 10. I got the Jaguars at 10. Well, I mean, Jacksonville, they've got talent from last year, got Ridley coming in, starting to find his role. They got the Bills on deck Sunday, so that'll be a good test for them. But I got the Jags at 10. I got the Rams at 9. They've been a good surprise with Stafford kind of getting back to his ways, and Puka is breaking every record in the books right now. So I like them. I got the Ravens at 8. Lamar's bounced back, come doing his thing. Um, they've had some tough games. They got the Steelers on deck, so we'll see how that goes. I got the Dolphins at 7, big bounce back. Feel like we'll be coming for that team after taking it on the chops from the Bills. So they would have been a little higher that one week, but when you lose like they did, I got the Lions at 6. We've seen the Lions grow in the last couple of years, and now we're really seeing them and see them what Jared Goff's capable of. I like the Lions at 6. I got the Bills at 5. They bounced back from that week 1 loss, and they're doing Bills things again, Bills Mafia, but we'll see how they fare against the Jaguars. Then I've got my Cowboys at 4. Dallas had that bad game at Arizona, but everybody knows anything about Dallas. We cannot beat Arizona for nothing. So you might as well just expect that. But I think this week will be a real test with the Niners. They're don't want to spoiler alert where I got them, but it's pretty obvious. They're the most complete team right now. So I got my boys at 4. I got the Eagles at 3. It pains me to put them there. They haven't really put them just in front of my guys, but they're undefeated. Their record speaks for itself. So I got them at 3. I got the Chiefs at 2, which probably a little higher than I first thought it would be, but they're still the Chiefs. If Taylor Swift don't ruin them, I think they'll be all right. Kelsey's just got to keep his eyes focused on the prize, and then I got the Niners at 1. They're obviously the most complete team in the league. Um, Christian McCaffrey doing his thing, man. If he can stay healthy, he's just been dominant, and that defense is really good. So I got the Niners at 1.
Rick, any statements about his power rankings?
A couple of surprises there. He had 3 teams that in his top 10 that I don't have in mind. But no, I mean, interesting list. I mean, it's as you said, it's early in football season. But sounds like a pretty good list to me. But a little bit different from mine. Um, I guess I'll just lead on into my top 10 here. At number 10, I got actually I had to make a change here. I made a top 10 list earlier today, got to thinking about it and made a change. Top 10, number 10, I got the Cowboys. Solid team. Lost to Arizona. If Super Bowl contending team, you can't lose the teams like that. That's an old NFC West matchup. Like Brandon was saying, it's a tough matchup with the Cowboys. At number 9, I got Detroit Lions coming in. Good team. Kind of got upset at home. That's one reason I got them a little bit lower. You can't lose at home, especially home openers. And I got Seahawks coming in at number 8. Seahawks, good team. 3-1. Probably won the games they supposed to. They did lose to the Rams at home, so I kind of dinged them for that. Good division game. Rams always play the Seahawks tough in Seattle. Number 7, I got Ravens. Ravens come in a little unstable, a little banged up as usual. It seems like over the last 2 or 3 years, played sloppy, but they still got that W. At number 6, I got the surprise of the day. I got Tampa Bay at number 6. Fighting hard.
Whoa.
Fighting hard for Tampa Bay because I didn't expect Tampa Bay to do anything, but they are coming out. They've been in every game this year. Number 5, give me the Dolphins. Really good team. Game plan, I didn't really care for going against the Bills. At least at number 4. Number 4, I got Kansas City. Not much to say there. Chiefs looks a little bit better week after week. Kind of sluggish on offense, defense. Not too bad considering they got a lot of young talent on the back end. Number 3, I got the Bills, big win. Against the Dolphins at home, took care of business. Leads me to number 2 team, Eagles, undefeated. And number 1, 49ers. Until someone knocks these two teams off, I got them 1, 2. That would be my top 10 there.
Wow. I just honestly don't know how you can put the Cowboys below the Buccaneers. I maybe the Cowboys are number 9, but I definitely cannot agree with the Buccaneers being number 6. You put the Buccaneers head to head against the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys win by at least 7, in my opinion.
But you put the head-to-head Cowboys versus Arizona. Who'd you take?
Yeah, but you got like you got to look at the trends. Arizona's won 7. Yeah, they've won 7 out of the last 8. Is the Cowboys going to see Arizona in the playoffs? Why no? Is Tampa Bay going to be in the playoffs? I don't think they will be. But
yeah, I
mean,
was a little surprised with the Tampa Bay. I mean, Tampa Bay top 10, I could possibly see with that, but 6, Ricky, that's high, man.
Yeah, they didn't lose to an Arizona team that was projected to get one or 2 wins.
Hey, Arizona.
Arizona has had the lead in every single game.
How many wins do they have?
Well, they choke in the second half, but it doesn't matter. They're a decent football team.
So they had to. I mean, do we play 1/2 football or do we play complete game? So,
oh man,
if you're a Super Bowl team, you can't lose to Arizona in that situation. But I'm not saying it's a bad list. Like I said, we're in week 4. Tampa Bay under the radar, playing hard, playing for a washed-up quarterback that no one wanted. And kind of got that defense is kind of getting back in the shape that they won the Super Bowl in. But I expect them to stay there? I do not. I expect them to fall. But as far as versus expectations, they're playing really good ball. But we'll see. Like I said, if Cowboys win this week, to my power rankings, they'll move up quite a bit. But that's what I'm saying. It's I'm no NFL expert. That's why I work at Food Line, so I'm not on ESPN. So, but that's the way I do my power rankings. If you're a Super Bowl team, you can't have losses like that, and everybody's got Cowboys as in that power ranking as could be in the Super Bowl for the NFC.
The only problem I have with that, I get your logic. The only problem I have with it is everybody's going to have one of those embarrassing losses. Every contender at the end of the year will have a loss, and you're going to how did they lose to the Jets? How did they lose to the Patriots or whoever it is? They're all going to.
Oh yeah, I completely agree. But that's why I say we're through 4 weeks. We're not through 18 weeks. And right now, Tampa Bay, like I said, they've only lost 1 game. And all 3 of us, 4 of us, probably only projected them to get 3 or 4 wins this year, maybe a little bit more than that, if that. But as of right now, I think they look good as a complete team. But like I said, that's a top 10. Like I said, it's very early in the season, so.
All right. 1 word reply here: yes or no? Tampa Bay Buccaneers make the playoffs?
Possibility. I can't. With Derek Carr's injury to the Saints, it's changed a lot. But you can't look into the future and call my week 4 pick incorrect or disagree with it. I could see them if they continue on the path that they're playing now, and like I said, Derek Carr's shoulder injury, that's going to last 4 or 5 weeks, and I don't see nobody else in the NFC South that can overtake them. So yeah, I can see Tampa Bay making the playoffs by winning the division. It kind of be like that one year Saints made it. Was the Saints went to Seattle? That was like under 500, whatever. But
Yeah.
that's that's why we have these. It makes for good conversation. But yeah, I can see Tampa Bay making the playoffs, especially the way their division is stacking up. Because Carolina, they're not going to do anything. Atlanta's not going to do anything. Saints is only team in the way, but with Derek Carr's injury, we'll see how he plays through. He didn't look too good last week, but like I said, it's through 4 weeks.
Brandon, do they make the playoffs? Yes or no?
I was thinking no, but then Ricky made that point. The Saints. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say the Saints hang on to that division. Their defense is top five. And I think they get through the Derek Carr injury. Michael Thomas is back playing great. Olave's great. Kamara's going to get healthy, or not? He is healthy. He's back now. He was back this week. So yeah,
Defense,
yeah. I think
top five. Lost at home last week against. But anyway, I mean, it's hard to. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean,
All right.
we'll look at this for like 5-6 years or 5 or 6 weeks later and be like, yeah, things could totally change.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's like next week they could be off the board, with the loss or whatever. But I'm just saying, as of now, they've looked really, really well.
It's hard to argue with that.
Something crazy would have to happen for them to be off the board next week because they got to buy. I'm just messing.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. My top 10 here. Just missing out. I have the Rams at 11 and Bucks at 12. Just out. I had them out. I just couldn't put them in. So starting at number 10, I got the Chargers. The Chargers have looked good the last 2 weeks after starting 0-2. And when Eckler gets back to 100%, I really like them. I mean, they don't even need Eckler right now. They're going to be even better. The Ravens been banged up, still scrapping at the top of the AFC North. I'm not big on the Ravens, but they'll probably get in the playoffs. But I think after this season, you'll see Lamar or Harbaugh will have to split ways. Give me the Lions at number 8. Dan Campbell has turned a new leaf over since taking the job from being on the hot seat last year to almost sneaking into the playoffs. A 3-1 start, but they did lose to the Seahawks at home, so that's why I had to put the Seahawks at number 7. Seattle has had one bad game this year. The offense looks really good. Rush defense is great. Only thing that has concerned me about the Seahawks is the pass defense, which has been banged up and injured. We just can't keep anybody healthy. But we got our 5th pick in Weatherspoon from Illinois. He had 2 sacks and a pick 6 the other night. Jamal Adams got a concussion, but he'll be back. I think Seattle is actually above expectations so far on the season. And I got the Cowboys at number 6. I think this is a good spot for them. I really couldn't put them ahead of anybody else. But, yeah, they had the one letdown loss to Arizona. Oh, well. We saw what happened. They bounced back the following week against a good defense and Bill Belichick. Miami Dolphins at number 5. This offense has looked probably the best in the NFL this year. They were my Super Bowl predictions to beat the 49ers before the season started. I bet them to make the playoffs. I bet them to finish better than the Jets. All of those are looking really good right now. I don't know why nobody respected the Dolphins. Maybe it's because Tua is injury prone, but when he's healthy, we see what they can do. They got a lot of weapons with Hill and Waddle. And a great running back core, Mostert, A-Chain, and imagine when they get Jeff Wilson back. And then at number 4, I got the Eagles. They're undefeated, but I don't think they played the toughest schedule, and I don't think they're playing the best football. I think they're just going through the motions, really, and just getting by and getting through games. I'm not big on them this year. I actually still got the Cowboys to win that division. Chiefs at number 3. Yeah, I know they had a sloppy win against the Jets, but I kind of expected it. I told Ricky this. I said it's primetime football. It's going to be close. Patrick Mahomes had 2 turnovers. I said the Jets had to have 2 turnovers to keep it close. And it was on the road. So I kind of expected that one to be a little bit sloppy, but Chiefs are still my third best team. Got to go with the Bills at number 2 after having a terrible loss week 1. They bounced back week 2, blow out the Raiders. Week 3, blow out the Commanders. Week 4, blow out the Dolphins, in which I told y'all was a letdown spot for the Dolphins. And it was. The Bills win that one by 28. Josh Allen looking like his prime form, and they're number 2 on my list. And to finish off the clean sweep for us, the 49ers number 1. All three of us have the Niners at number 1, which I don't think there's an argument for any other team right now. They just look really good. Shanahan's got that good defense, a great run game, probably one of the best offensive play callers in the game. So give me the 49ers at number 1 until someone takes them down. Any questions, comments, concerns?
I mean, I like your list for the most part. I think uh, Dolphins a little high in my opinion. I get that their offense, but man, their defense is really sus. Um, Seattle, I just had them just out of my top 10, and I think it was just a hangover from how sloppy that game against the Giants was, and I think that's probably why I penalized them more than honestly I should have. They're probably a top 10 team. Um, and then I had the Texans just outside. The Texans are looking all right, so we'll see.
Rick?
No, it's pretty good list. But the only thing I question is Chargers at 10. I think you went more off of potential than what they're really playing like now. But like I said, but they're good. They're a heck of a team. They're kind of bugged by injuries as well. Mike Williams is gone for the year. Eckler's going to probably miss another week. But he, like I said, great quarterback. Defense is decent, as in pass rushers, but they've got should be 1-3. But Minnesota didn't want to take care of the win that a couple weeks ago. But no, that's a pretty good list. I don't have no riffs about it or anything like that.
All right, I got a question for each of you. Brandon, how are you feeling about the Panthers win total over 7?
Terrible.
Rick,
Terrible.
how are you feeling about the win total for the Jets over 9.5?
9.5, not too
Yeah.
good. We'll say
Yeah.
this week. This week will be if they lose this week, it'll be a definitely no go for as the win total. But if they get a W this week, Zach Wilson can bid off what he did against Kansas City. Maybe, but not good.
Yeah, but that Panthers bet is it's toast. We'll have to figure something else out because I don't see them winning very often.
But I've heard that Carolina's they're trying to get a number 1 receiver, so they might do something on the trade deadline that might help out a little bit.
What's the game of the week?
Well, the one that I think will have the most viewership and the one that I think that will bring in everybody's attention is Dallas and the 49ers. And they always play close games. And I think it'll be another close, low-scoring game.
Yeah, I mean it'd be hard to go against that for sure. That's last 2 years, 49ers has knocked them out of the playoffs, and both games was pretty close. Be hard to go against that.
Get our revenge.
Yeah.
I gotta do something different here. I don't want to agree with y'all, but I'm going to go with a sneaky, low-key game that I think could be really good. The Houston Texans versus the Atlanta Falcons. I don't think a lot of people has this as a game of the week, but I just wanted to be different. I think that one could be really good.
What about Chiefs Jaguars? You think that'll be an account?
I mean, Chiefs Vikings.
I'm sorry, Chiefs Vikings. Yeah.
Rick actually picked the Vikings this week.
Yeah.
I could see it. I could see it.
Yeah, I think with Chiefs back-to-back road games, Minnesota didn't. They need to win. I know they barely. I don't say barely. I don't want to say discount Carolina like that, but they struggled against Carolina last
Yeah.
week. So Minnesota really needs this W, and Chiefs defense really. I want to see what they got against Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson, T.J. Hawkinson, Kirk Cousins. He usually folds. He puts up good stats, but there's a really bad timely pick or whatever it may be. But that'd be a really good game to see. I was trying to look up the other games here to see what could
not really any.
potentially.
Bills Jags is potential if the Jaguars can show what they showed last year.
If you're
I'm pretty
into
sure they played them tight.
rivalries,
Yep.
you got Steelers, Ravens. If you like rivalry games, a sneaky one. Nick's talking about a sneaky low key. Be Eagles and Rams. That might be sneaky low key because Rams is. I think Nick mentioned it earlier, and Brandon, I think you had them in the top 10.
Did
Rams have been playing pretty good, and that's one team I just like. Yeah, there's no way, but they've been scrappy every single week. They almost come back, pulled that off last week. But that could be an easy sneak. That might hand the Eagles the first loss of the season.
Yeah, the Rams and the Bucks are both, to me, the two teams that kind of have come out of nowhere this year, as expected with their expectations.
Yeah. So let's see. One last question. What is your lock of the week? I know there's a lot of people in survivor pools, but I'm going with the Dolphins in one of my survivor pools.
Lions, yeah, the Lions over the Panthers.
Yeah, the Lions and Panthers would be a good one to look at. And far as probably going to take Miami. I was watching Sports Center. Looks like Giants is going to have 3 offensive linemen out.
Two.
And Barkley is still questionable, so I'll be curious to see if he definitely doesn't play. But 3 offensive linemen down. That's going to be hard to.
Well, he got
compete.
sacked like 10 times last game, and they were healthy. So,
yeah.
Brandon,
That
do you
could be
remember
it.
last?
What'd you say?
You remember last season when the Panthers and Lions played?
Panthers and Lions. No, I don't remember last year. What happened?
Deontay Foreman rushed for like 3 touchdowns against the Lions.
Oh yeah, he went nuts.
Yeah, I didn't
Man,
know if that was in the back of
Lions-
your head.
I think I had Chuba Hubbard that game.
I was looking too. There is a possibility of St. Brown not playing, and there's somebody else that's key that's maybe questionable that may not play. But the Lions are getting Williamson back, that fast receiver out of Alabama, back from his suspension from gambling from Nick's picks.
Yeah.
So, they did reduce his suspension from 6 games to 4 games, so he's able to come back this week.
What's your upset of the week?
My upset of the week, I caught it on our YouTube. I'm going to stay with Vikings to beat the Chiefs. I think that's if I had to pick any upset, that'd be that.
If I had to pick an upset, I would say Rams over the Eagles.
I'm taking my Cowboys, man. I think they got something to prove.
Also, y'all think Steelers got a chance? I've thought about that in the back of my head all week.
What about the Colts? I mean, the Colts and Titans, they always play, tight games.
But is that even considered an upset?
I think it's 1.5 now.
Jonathan Taylor committed to play. He's going to play this week. If Cowboys win, I really wouldn't call that much of an upset. I'd be curious to see how McCarthy's play calling against that 49ers defense. I'll be interested to see what they do because I know Cowboys offense has been a little sluggish, but I'm predicting Pollard to have a pretty big game this week.
Any last words and comments for the community?
No, I would say just, hey, join Nick's Picks. Get in there. There's a few more days to get the discount for the premium package. Get in there. You get 6 guys that bet on all sports. all sports. You don't ever find hard to find that in all the betting communities that's out there. That's all I say. Get in there quickly.
Yeah, and I mean, I've paid for picks before and done the $100 monthly stuff. We're not trying to bankrupt anybody, just trying to make a little money and then hopefully one day make a living. So we appreciate you guys.
Yeah, let's keep growing, guys. Appreciate y'all. Give us a follow on TikTok. Subscribe to our YouTube channel here. Let us know your comments. Hit the like button. Like I said, we started this November 25th last year. And it's crazy how it's taken off. But we're going to keep growing. And you got to trust the process. You got to stay disciplined. You got to stay consistent. You got to stay true. And you got to live every day with positive vibes. No negative energy. You ain't going to get anything done in life. And don't be content. Do what you want to do. Live your life. Just a little advice from Nick's Picks. But I appreciate every single one of y'all getting our chalkboard. We cover like 10 different sports. And it's a wonderful community. October 15th is the last day to get in for the discount. Official premium starts November 1st. If not, no hard feelings. But we will see y'all some other time. Appreciate y'all, and y'all take it easy.